Okay, now we're going to talk about furnishing the right way. Furnishing the right way means furnishing based on what your goals and strategies are and what experience you want to create. As discussed in the How Much Does It Cost lesson, there's no right way to do anything. Anything can be successful. With that being said, there is a most common way and a few principles that I highly recommend you follow. We provide checklists for you to download that basically have every item you could need on them. We are extremely thorough with these lists, and they include a lot of things. This is not a list for you to get everything on it for every single unit. You may end up with an overcrowded room or a room with no flow that is unappealing. Use these as guides instead, as suggestions. I try to get as many of the items on the checklist as possible, but I'm always very logical when an item on the checklist should not be put into the room, and you should be very logical about this too. Moving on from familiarizing yourself with these checklists, it is perfectly okay to model your units based on what is already working. There are already people who have hired interior designers, operating Airbnbs, and paying for professional photos to display their work. Use their dollar and the research that they spent the money on to your advantage and model them. These people already had interior designers come in and tell them what looks good. Use it. Take a look and see what type of furniture, colors, decorations are being used. Get some ideas for what you want the unit to look like and start bringing the vision together. This way, when you go to look for furniture, you are not overwhelmed. Remember, you have to know what you want if you want to get what you want. As you look at other successful rentals, take notes on their layouts. I would often sit down and do a sketch of the floor plan and label where they had what types of furniture and decorations. A chair here, a hammock here, a plant here, a decoration on the wall there, something very similar to my unit so I can see exactly how it's working. Doing this simply helps you learn what makes a room look good and what is working. You want to know what makes a room look good and what's working. Do this once and you'll have a much better understanding of how to set up your furniture. Do this a few times and you will be 100% confident in what furniture to get and where to put it based on the similar units that you're looking at that are already working. One of my favorite places to get ideas is Pinterest. Pinterest is fantastic for ideas and floor plans or themes or anything else like that. Pinterest is one of my favorite places. They have so many great ideas and amazing looking places. It's impossible to browse through a Pinterest of interior decorations or awesome backyards or Airbnbs or short units and not find something that's inspiring. There's so much stuff on there. There's so much cool stuff on there. You will get inspired. You will have great ideas. I've gotten some amazing ideas that I would never have thought of by myself from here. It's a great source of collective ideas that have had, guys, it's a great source of ideas that other people, they come together and they have these ideas and they're willing to share them with us. We are fortunate enough to have a platform where they're sharing their ideas with us. Take advantage of this. Don't waste your time. Two things are going to happen. Have you ever heard the phrase, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink? This is me leading you to the water. You don't know something until you physically experience it and do it yourself, right? So right now, the only thing you know about creating an Airbnb and furnishing your unit is what you're seeing out there from other people doing it, who have what you want. So treat their experiences as if you already had that experience. Don't force yourself to make the same mistake just so you can say, oh, well, if I would have just done what I saw this person did that's working, everything would have been fine. Use their mistakes and trust that they and I have made mistakes. And now we're teaching you to do this in a way where you don't have to make those same mistakes. So please use Pinterest, use Airbnb, see what is working out there. Model your unit off what's working and then determine within your budget, how likely is it that you can afford this? The more information and knowledge you have about what others are doing to make their places look great, the better you will be when making decisions for your own units, the more confident you'll be. So spend some time and browse and find your own unique style based off what's already working out there. As you browse, physically note the furniture items in each setting you like. You'll find common trends. Most bedrooms have nightstands on each side of the bed. Most Airbnbs have coffee setups displayed for people when they come in. They have coffee tables and side tables. TV stands and accent chairs are in a lot of living rooms. If you look at a lot of Airbnbs, you're going to find little accent pillows. That's something I didn't know. But then I started looking at Airbnbs. I'm like, wait a minute. All the ones that are doing really well and at the top of the list, They all have cool accent pillows. They have gray blankets, but an orange pillow or something like that. And if you see behind me, we have green. Green is the accent for this room. It's modest, it's simple, it's clean, it's neat. It's not a bright red or anything like that, but it works. So that's one thing that I learned just from looking at trends that other people have. A good exercise to do, maybe before you go through your checklist items and put a note next to each item for a brief description of what you want to see in that item. For example, next to the bed frame, you could put dark gray theme or get one with LED reading lights. You can put some brief notes here as you browse and get ideas. So when you go to shop and buy the furniture, you can easily recall your thoughts when you were looking for the furniture. So we're going to look at the furniture, we're going to find things that we like, and we're going to jot down notes on the checklist that I provide. I provide a checklist, download them, or on an iPad, however you want to do it, put it in Word, and then drop little notes to it. Okay, I need a bed frame. And then you start looking for bed frames. Ooh, I like a gray bed frame. Ooh, this one has LED reading lights. Stuff like that you can put on there. And then when you're ready to pull the trigger, you can easily jump back into the mindset you had when you were originally looking. This is going to save you so much time. If you don't do this, you're going to go back and you're going to be like, ooh, wait, there was something I wanted with a bed frame. What was it? It was this bed frame, it was that bed frame. You're going to be all over the place and it's going to be confusing. Do things the right way. And as you're getting ideas, just take notes of the ideas that you're getting. This way, it's going to be so much easier for you. And putting this type of energy and attention to detail is what will make you fantastic results. You are just further becoming more and more confident with what looks good, what works, and what you want to execute with your new B&B. We provide the checklists, like I said, so you can see what you would need to furnish any room, because it has everything on there. So you're going to see what you need to furnish any room of any size and anything like that. But keep in mind, this is a guide. You can edit it. You can make it your own. You don't have to put everything on there. Be logical and be responsible for your own unit. Of course, we're always trying to get better. So if you have any ideas, please let us know. Review the checklists. Maybe build out your cart while you're going through the checklists. A good method is to put everything from the checklist in the cart, max it out, and then go through and start removing the things that you may or may not need or that you can live without to meet your budget. That's how I like to do it. I load up everything in there, and then based on my budget, I go through and I remove things that I don't need or that can wait so that I can meet my budget needs. So that is the quote unquote right way to furnish. Don't let someone come in and tell you, oh, you need to do it this way. Oh, you need this in that room. Oh, you need this, you need this, you need this. You don't need anything. The only thing we need is to get people in here, and people will come if it even looks halfway decent. So you don't need everything on there. The right way to furnish is by your budget and by your needs. If you are doing an experience, I've seen Airbnbs where they have unicorns on every wall and it's a whole kids playhouse, wonderful experience. Great. That's not going to have the same furniture as the commuter one bedroom unit. You know what I mean? It's going to be different. There's going to be different things there. The one's going to have a desk. The one's going to have kids furniture. Two completely different experiences. So the right way to furnish is based off what experience are you trying to provide and what is your budget? How much can you afford and what are you trying to do? And then if you don't know the answer to what am I trying to do, that's when you go to Pinterest. That's when you go to Airbnb. That's when you get all these other ideas so you can then determine what it is you want to do. Collect the data, come up with your own vision, and then execute your own vision. But make sure that you use what is already working out there. Look at the units that are working. Get ideas. Just for the sake of it, I'm going to put up a video next here. I wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to put up a video next where we're just going to go briefly over looking at some of these units, and I'm going to narrate so you can hear my thought process as I'm looking at these units and as I'm determining what I'm going to do in my units. So I'll see you on the next lesson.